This is Phase Ed Music. This is Phase Ed Music.
Turn up. Turn up. Yes, what's going on, family? What's going on, guys? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
This is Phase Music.
Boom, boom. Boom. Yes, family, what's going on, guys? We got Tyson in the building, Mike Free Zone in the house as well. What's going on, family? Hopefully you guys are all having a phenomenal morning. It's your boy Abel checking in for the one time. Super excited to be here with you guys all today. Let's get it. We just had news come out, family. We just had some news come out. We actually had a couple news events that just came out. One of those news events being the ECB interest rate decision. They'd also cut rates. So now yesterday we had the Bank of Canada cutting rates. Now we have the European Central Bank cutting rates. Oh shit. Oh man. And this is actually very interesting because typically the US is the leader of monetary policy. But now we've seen two major central banks already start cutting. That's gonna put some pressure on the US because I don't think they want to be a follower. I think they like leading the charge. But we did just have ECB interest rate come out. They did actually end up cutting rates. Them cutting rates brought a lot of strength to their currency, believe it or not. Right, them starting to cut rates actually brought in a lot of strength. And it's interesting to see. But we also did just have the initial jobless claims come out as well. Right, we're seeing a number of 221. Expecting 220, came out at 229. So we had an increase in the number of people that are filing for unemployment for the first time. We had an increase in the number of people that are now looking for help, that don't have funds that they can use to go ahead and spend it on random stuff. So that's disinflationary if you ask me, right? So we seen the market react off the euro, right? So strong push up there, which brought a lot of dollar weakness. But then we also had initial jobless claims come out as well, which is also disinflationary, which also caused dollar weakness. So we got to see if this stuff is actually going to continue to follow through with this dollar weakness or if it's all smoke and mirrors. As of right now, we have gold that is, I mean, it had a crazy little spike up here, a little wick that was left behind. It really didn't get no follow through, which is kind of interesting. But we are looking at gold right now, and if the news is going to hold true, then looking for more upside is still not a bad idea here for gold, right? Especially after what we seen yesterday. Right? Yesterday on gold, guys, was a very interesting day. Ended up dropping the ball, family. You guys can get mad at me. All right, I ended up dropping the ball on yesterday's stream with the gold position that we ended up taking yesterday. If you guys remember, we ended up taking some buys. Where was it? Yeah, we ended up taking some buys somewhere around this level over here, right around this 2340 on the Forex pricing, 2360 futures pricing. And I ended up taking some buys. I ended up closing out my position right before we ended up getting off a stream. I ended up closing for a very small loss. My stop was initially down here below these lows. And as you guys notice, if I would have never closed out and just held for another 30 minutes or so, man, this thing ended up going nuts. right? This thing ended up going nuts, fam. It ended up going all the way up for around 300 pips to the upside. Not even 30 minutes after I closed out of my buy because I was annoyed by the choppiness that we were experiencing, right? So I'm gonna be honest, family, I dropped the ball. And that's been something that I've been noticing about myself, right? And this is where holding yourself accountable comes into play, guys, when it comes to this trading game, right? Because I know I just dropped the ball because I ended up closing out way before. I could have just let it ride out. You know, I had my stop loss in a position to where if it lost, I really wouldn't have cared anyways. But I think me avoiding that loss itself, the full loss, and having that on my quote-unquote record here on YouTube influenced my decision to at least take a smaller loss, right? Not realizing that the market was going to rebound and our analysis was going to be correct, and the market obviously showed it, right? So very unfortunate for me, but that's one thing that I realized, family, right? I've been slacking when it comes to trade management lately, right? My ability to manage my positions the correct way has not been to the S tier that it needs to be, right? It has not been at the level that it should be at, and that's my fault, right? But that's the best thing also about being here live with you guys, because I need to hold myself accountable, be transparent with y'all, but you guys can also hold me accountable when you guys see me do it, right? We are a family, we are a team. We're here to, you know, develop together, grow together. Iron sharpens iron, and I need that accountability as well, family. Right, so if y'all see me doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing on stream, let me know in the chat, man. Y'all let me. Trust me, I need it as well. We all human. Right, but yeah, man, my ability to manage trades has been very up and down, very shaky. My analysis has been on point, right? Most of the time, we have been extremely accurate where the overall direction of the market ends by the end of the day. The execution is, you know, I've had some good executions. I've had some bad ones that put us in some drawdown. But that's not even the issue. It's the trade management aspect is what really has been killing me. Right? Our analysis has been on point. Our execution can always get better. But how I manage the position when we're in the trade, when we're sitting in drawdown, when we're kind of bored, that's what I've been slacking on, family. And we got to be aware of these things so that we can adjust, so that we can avoid things like what I did yesterday, man. I ended up missing out on a 300 pip move, all because I was impatient, all because I wanted to avoid a loss. And the market got me for that. Right, I only lost a very small amount, by the way, right? Because I ended up closing out early, so I took a very small loss. But it's the principle. Why did I even do that? I should have just let it ride out. I'm not over leveraged. I would have lost maybe like 0.5%, 1% max, maybe. Yeah. Right. So again, family, that's where we're at, man. Just being fully transparent with y'all about this process, about this journey. These are the type of conversations we have to have with ourselves. Right. These are the type of conversations that we really need to have so that we can check ourselves, guys. Because again, this is the thing about trading. Trading is one of those things where you don't have nobody constantly overlooking your shoulder. You don't have a boss telling you what to do or what not to do. You don't have somebody holding you accountable, right? So with trading, since it's a solo thing, we have to be our biggest accountability partners. Like, we have to put our pride and our ego to the side so that we can check ourselves when we need to be checked. That's just a fact. We don't got Big Brother looking over our shoulder. We don't got a boss telling us what to do, right? We don't got quality control overlooking our entire process. So we got to be all those hats in one. All those hats in one, family. You guys feel me, family? First of all, do you guys enjoy this transparency? Because you guys are literally watching me as I take trades, as we analyze, as I react after the fact. Like, this is me expressing my thoughts of what happened yesterday, right? But I think this is super valuable so you guys can see that everybody goes through it. It's normal. It happens. You know, we make decisions that bite us in the butt. Sometimes they help us. But as long as we are aware of what the hell is happening and why it's happening and how to adjust, that is the biggest thing. That is the biggest factor, family. So like I told you since day one, man, I'm going to be super transparent. Every aspect that we do here live is going to be transparent. We're gonna work through the wins. We're gonna work through the losses. We're gonna work through the blown accounts. We're gonna work through it all together. That's what we're here for, baby. We're here to grow. Iron sharpens iron, family. All right, so like I said, though, we did have 2 news events come out, family. Today so far, over the past 45 minutes, we've had the ECB interest rate decision. They did cut rates 0.25%. We also had initial jobless claims come out as well, which at the moment had gave a lot of dollar weakness. Now we're seeing this thing start to rebound back to the upside, though. But we did have, some short-term dollar weakness that came into play, and I was kind of hoping that we ended up getting some dollar weakness to come out and take out these lows at this point. Because I think there's a good chance, I could be wrong here, right? But I think there is a decent chance for us when we take out the 103 500s to finally find some demand here for the dollar. But I think as of right now, we're not getting that, and I still want to see us take out those lows. Like I think there's still a good chance that we target these lows at 103 500s sometime today. So I still want to see more downside here on the dollar itself, right? I want to see more weakness. I want to see this thing roll over back to the downside and go ahead and take out all these lows. Take out the 103 580 lows and also the 103 500 flat lows. I just think there's a lot of liquidity that has now and is now being built up below these levels that I think there's no reason why we don't come and take that out. So I'm looking for more lower pricing here on the dollar for today. And as you guys know, right, if we are looking for dollar weakness for today, then usually is indicative of a risk on environment, right? When we are a risk on environment, typically things like indices, crypto, commodities, stocks, whatever you want to look at, foreign currencies, during a risk on environment, they usually gain value off of that, right? So I want to see the dollar drop, which could bring strength to the euro, strength to the pound, strength to the Aussie, strength to everything else, essentially, right? So we'll see how this stuff actually forms, but that also means strength to indices, possibly, right? Possibly. So if we are correct, if I am correct about dollar weakness, then yeah, looking for some possible buys eventually here for the NASDAQ, US 30, the S&P, probably gonna be a solid play. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this plays out. As of right now, it kind of reacted in a very similar manner to the dollar, which is interesting because typically they have an inverse correlation to each other, the dollar and indices, which is why I'm looking at it that way. But they actually reacted kind of similarly off the news, which is interesting. But yeah, we're gonna see how this stuff forms throughout today's session, family. All right, we're gonna see if the only opportunity is for maybe the dollar to gain strength, then so be it. It is what it is. But we're gonna keep our eye on this stuff. We're gonna see what the market does do here. In terms of gold, gold is interesting, right? Because we haven't done a damn thing, like literally in the past week and a half to 2 weeks. We've been just stuck within this range, literally for the past week and a half. But we finally did just get a little sign of strength to come into the market, essentially yesterday, right? Or at least throughout the past 24, 48 hours. Is this strength right here going to fuel more upside now? Or is this strength that we just seen more so just the market seeking more liquidity before we go ahead and revert back into the bearish trend? I want to ask you guys this question. Right, I want to ask you guys this question, right? And again, shout out to all you guys that did like the stream for me. I appreciate y'all. You guys are the superstars of the chat. Thank you guys so much. But I want to ask you guys this question now, right? How are you feeling about gold today? Gold bearish or bullish today? Let me know in the chat. I'm also dropping a poll. Bearish? Let me know how you guys feel in the chat about this. Is gold bearish or is gold bullish today, family? Let me know. All right, let's see what you guys talking about in the chat now. I see we got Tyson, Mike, Free Zone, Ninja in the house, Kareem, Lamar, Sunita, how are you doing? Let's see, when they cut rates, isn't it bearish for currency? That's a great question, and more times than not, it could be. But I believe the euro ended up gaining strength off of that. Let me ask. That's actually a really good question. I want to make sure I collect my thoughts and give you an accurate opinion of why, because everything is opinion, by the way, right? It's not facts. Anything that I say, family, I always encourage you guys to go fact check me. Just make sure that I'm also speaking, things in an accurate manner. I don't want to come on here and just spew a lot of nonsense that actually isn't relevant or doesn't make any sense. So please always double check me as well. Fact check me if you need to, and correct me if I need correcting. But that's a good question. And in terms of that question, typically that's how I would look at the markets, right? And the reason for this is because cutting rates usually brings a lot of demand back into the markets, right? Because it's making monetary or access to money a little bit more affordable, right? Interest rates is the cost of money, is the cost of borrowing money, right? So when interest rates start to cut, that means the accessibility or the access to that money is becoming a lot more accessible for the average person, right? Because most people are not looking for loans as much as they were 3 years ago because now they don't want to pay that crazy interest rate. But as interest rates start to cut, right, obviously, access to money becomes a lot more easier. Access to money becoming a lot more affordable, a lot easier to get to, now is going to fuel more spending in the markets, right? So when I look at the ECB cutting rates and I'm asking myself, okay, is this bullish or bearish to euro? I would assume it to be bearish to euro simply because now that is bringing back confidence in their stock market over there, right? In the stock market over there, across the seas, they got to choose. Do they want to invest into their currency or do they want to invest into their stocks, right? Or their assets, their hard assets. Now, more times than not, doesn't matter where you live, right? There are times of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You're better off investing into the US dollar than even your own national currency, right? So for the ECB cutting rates, I'm not necessarily thinking, even if they were to raise rates, for me to run to safety. And when I'm running to safety, it's the euro. No, when you run to safety, no matter where you're located, safety is the US dollar. It doesn't matter if you're in London. It doesn't matter if you're in the UK. It doesn't matter if you're in Russia, right? When you are seeking safety, you're doing so in the US dollar, right? The US dollar is still always the number one safe haven, no matter where you're located at. But I do expect, and I would expect this news event to possibly be weak the euro itself. That's just my analysis on that, right? But that is a very good question. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that too, right? Because I want to make sure that I give you guys like really good, solid answers to you guys' questions, right? So I'm gonna come back to you with that answer, a little bit more in-depth version of it, Sanita, because that is a really good question. It's just a little bit different when you're, talking about central banks that are not the U.S. or at least the Fed, which is a lot easier to make decisions on. All right, but let's see what else we got here, though. Your buy yesterday was a banger. Yeah, it was. What's up, my boy? King City in the building. What's going on? I got clapped left and right this week. I got slapped, but it's not left and right. Like, I took a couple L's this week, but most of them were honestly self-inflicted losses that I could have stayed in and I would have been profitable. Like yesterday, for an example, called out an absolute banger, got annoyed from sitting in drawdown for 30-45 minutes, ended up closing a trade, and that thing ended up running for 300 pips, right? So my losses are more annoying because they're self-inflicted losses, right? If I'm just taking a loss just because the setup just doesn't work out, so be it. But if I'm taking a loss because of my decision making, which isn't the best at that point in time, then yeah, I gotta reflect on that. I gotta eat that. All right, but let's see. We got 4D profit in the building, my boy FTP. Stand up. All right, let's see. Lewis in the house is all good. G, you got 2 days left to make up for it. Absolutely. Let's see. We got the boy FTP and NQ Selskis. Man, this thing been up here for past 4, 8, 12, 16 hours. We just been resting up here at 19,000. Is this all-time highs for the NASDAQ? That is all-time highs, right? So we just been resting up here at all-time highs for the past 16 hours. Absolutely doing nothing. Interesting. Interesting. We'll have to see how this continues to form out. Because although the sell isn't too bad, especially based off what we just seen. Like, again, we just been trapped up here at these highs for, past 16 hours, right? But what we really notice is an increase of volume coming into the market here, literally over the past hour or so because of news. all that volume ended up pushing price higher again, right? We broke above the highs. And immediately once we broke above the highs, look at how much selling pressure entered the market and sent us lower. And technically, for all you smart money ICT traders, this is what is a change of character, right? We have going from a higher high to a lower low, right? We're taking out buy side liquidity up here, and then we ended up shifting to target low side liquidity or sell side liquidity, right? So this is what is considered like a change of character, okay? It's traditionally, at least, depending on who you ask, it could be a little different, but that is typically what we get. So I see what you're looking at for the sell, and I hope it does play out. It's just tough trying to go against this momentum, right? Like, it's tough for me to want it. Like, selling up here, yeah, you'll be able to get a crazy risk reward if it holds, right? If this short holds, boy, and you could target at the very least down to this low at 18,905. Like, this is a crazy move, and this will be a crazy risk reward too, especially depending on where your actual entry came in. Stops above the highs, you could target down to at least here. This is around a 6-to-1, 7-to-1 risk reward. That's crazy, right? So the risk reward is going to be great if the sell can hold. It's just tough trying to sell with all this built up momentum that we just experienced. Like, even all this accumulation that we went through, or all this little sideways choppiness, could be just a reaccumulation getting ready for the next leg higher. You never know, right? But I would assume that it will be that, just based off the amount of momentum that we've been seeing for the past 24, 48 hours or so, right? But yeah, I mean, hopefully it definitely runs for you, bro. We'll keep our eye on it though throughout today's session, because there still might be something that we can take. All right, let's see. It's better once we are in the trade to not watch the trade. That's a fact. Accountability for ourselves. Transparency keeps us on our toes for the rest of the day. Gratitude, absolutely. Don't camouflage life attack it. That's dope. That's dope. We got my boy Drew in the building. Let's see. I'm in a sell on silver. We got the Silver Surfer in the house. King City. What's the word? All right, let's see what we got here, right? So we do got silver obviously rolling over because we can actually see it. How far do we think silver can actually go, though? Because right now, I mean, hopefully you should be in profit unless you just took the sell. But if you just took the sell already, like, yeah, you might be chasing the market at that point. Right, so you should be in profit right now. But what do we think is going to happen next? Do we think there's going to just continue that drop, or is they going to get ready to turn around? I think, I could be very wrong here, but I think there's a chance that we do continue to drop. I ain't gonna lie. I think there is a chance that we continue to roll over here. So I'm not even upset that you got the sell. Maybe if we do come back up into here, this little demand zone, we could flip back bearish and continue to fall and target down towards the 130 here for silver. I'm not even mad at that sell. I was looking for reasons to maybe go for the buys because off of this, but I'm not upset at it. I think we at the very least still reach the 135s for sure. I think that's very possible. All right, let's see. What's the word? Daquan in the building. What's up? Let's see. I'm in on a gold sell already. Oh, yeah, you guys are eating, huh? You guys are eating. Oh no, man. We ended up closing as a bullish engulfing on a daily here. We finally did take out we took out previous week's low, but also just tapped into previous week's high. And we're just stuck within this range again. Like, gold just looked like it's going to do absolutely nothing until tomorrow, to be honest with y'all. Right? Because keep in mind, we do got, what's today? Today's Thursday already? Holy shit. What the fuck?
Are you ready for tomorrow?
How are these days going by so quick? Like, what's going on here?
Are you ready for tomorrow?
Absolutely. Like, what is going on? Like, but yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be obviously what a lot of traders are also going to be waiting on, right? What are the NFP numbers going to be looking like? Remember, like I told y'all, family, right? As we continue to go out throughout the year, and as inflation becomes less of a headline, less of a trending topic, the labor markets are going to is what's going to be next, right? Like, everybody's going to start talking about the labor markets. What's going on over there? Is what we're seeing right now good for the economy? Is it bad for the economy? Like, what's up with all that, right? So I think we're really starting to see the shift from importance in terms of news events, from all these inflationary news events like CPI, PPI, PCE, and it's gonna start to shift into the NFPs, the unemployment rates, the initial jobless claims, the continuous jobless claims, and all those things, right? I think that's eventually going to be the talking point for quarter 3 and quarter 4 of this year. So looking at tomorrow's report is going to be very important, right, to see how the markets reacts to that. Because again, these labor reports could now start to really change sentiment and lead sentiment in these markets. Banger, banger. All right, let's see what else we got here, though. Let's see what we got here. Gold on support after breakout long must show breakout structure. Okay, Brinsley. Shout out to you for showing up again, Brinsley. I appreciate you. Let's see. Bought gold. So we got Carlos in the sell. I hate doing this because I feel like it adds a lot of pressure to y'all, right? When I call y'all out like this, I'm saying you guys are in trades. I don't know if it does add pressure, but I'm pretty sure it does, right? Because we got Carlos on the sell. We got Mr. 40 Profit on a buy. One of y'all gonna win, one of y'all gonna lose. I mean, it is a chance for both of y'all to win and lose, or for both of y'all to win and both of y'all to still possibly lose, but one of y'all gonna win or lose, and we're gonna see how that plays out. We gonna see. Let's see. My guy Abel, I'm tuning in for now. Top Step going crazy. My boy, Mr. Take Profit in the building. My guy, appreciate you for showing up, man. You're one of the few, bro, that I actually missed, man. We had a really good time, man, in our time in the previous platform, bro. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you, bro. We gotta link up. I gotta go back out to Houston one day. You know what's crazy? I think out of all the areas that I've traveled to, right? Because I've traveled to a shit ton of states, a ton of cities, and done my thizzle at, right? That I've taught at, that I've interacted with the people at, that I've, just had a good time at, right? Even internationally, I traveled internationally to teach Forex, to teach how to trade. But Houston showed me hella love. I'm not even gonna lie. Like Houston, shout out to all my Houstonians in the chat, man. Shout out to all you guys out there in Houston. I feel like Houston was always like a second home for me just because the love was always real. And I just had a hell of a good time, man. shout out to all my Houstonians in the building, man. I got love for y'all. I swear, y'all like my second family for real. Y'all show hella love. Honestly, somewhere that's comparable to Houston where as soon as I touch down, the love is felt. Honestly, Trinidad and Tobago was pretty fire. Like the love that all my Caribbeans gave, that is also pretty next level, right? Like shout out to all my guys out there in Caribbeans. Shout out to all you guys out there in Trinidad and Tobago. Hosted a 4,000 person event out there like 2-3 years ago. It was actually 4 years ago. It was pretty fire. And you guys show hella love too, man. So shout out to all my Caribbeans in the building. I love y'all. Let's see what else we got here, though. We got the boy Austin in the building. Let's go, Austin. Appreciate you, bro, for showing up and tuning in, man. Shout out to all my Michigan folks, too, man. I love all my Michigan folks, too, man. Y'all show me a lot of love, too. Let's see. Where can I find info about the volume bar? You just referring to, like, this regular default volume down here at the bottom, Drew? Let me know. We got the boy Kevin O in the building. What's going on, Kevin? Appreciate you, my brother. Let's see, I ain't taking nada till after market open. Okay. Are you going live tomorrow? I absolutely am. Tomorrow's NFP and the unemployment rate. So we definitely going live tomorrow. Absolutely. Let's see, you can call me out. I trust my strategy. There we go, Carlos. Let's go. Look at Carlos, you made him fold, Carlos. I'm calling it out. We made Eric fold. Look at this. Carlos is like, you can call me out. I trust myself. And then we got 40 profits like, nah, it's all good. I'm out already. Yo, you folded quick. Eric, you folded quick. Do I got a sound effect for folding quick?
Oh my God!
No, we don't got a sound effect for folding quick. You lucky I don't got a sound effect for folding quick. That boy folded. Carlos, you made him fold. Come on now. That's dumb funny, bro. Nah, Eric, no, I got love for him, man. That shit is hilarious though. Bessie, love you, Barrel. Miss you too. Likewise, man. Hey, Linda, how you doing, Miss Linda? Good to see you in the chat. Let's see. Hold the fan bam doing good. Everybody's blessed, man. Everybody's blessed, man. You know what it is. Let's see. You from the Caribbean too? I am from the Caribbean, technically speaking, even though I wasn't born or raised there. But my family's from the Caribbean. Let's see. I'm in VA right now. I passed through North Carolina and South Carolina driving down. Really? VA is right there next to me, bro. Yeah, you're not that far. Let's see. It's the 1 minute addiction. We got Mike in the building. Shout out to Mike in the building, man. Let's give a round of applause for all you guys that showed up today, family. You guys know I love supporting y'all. Love showing y'all love, man. Y'all show me love, so I gotta show y'all love and celebrate y'all for showing up, man. You know why it's important? It's because there's gonna be a lot of mother junkers that ain't gonna show up today. All right, there's gonna be a lot of people that took a loss yesterday that got them out the markets for the rest of the week. There's gonna be some people that blew their account that are still not gonna show up. Right, no matter what happened to us this week, we showing up regardless, family, right? Because it's all about putting in that time, gaining that experience, putting that time, getting that experience. When you're able to do that, your time is eventually gonna come. Oh yeah. Hey, I rock with this little background music too. How y'all rocking with the little background music right here? Or do you guys prefer Tyrone going crazy on the beat? How you guys like this? You guys like this little background music? It's a nice, cool and calm. I feel like I'm about to give a speech of my lifetime right now with this type of background music, though. I feel like I'm about to drop hella bars, hella value bars with this. Or do you guys prefer Mr. Tyrone going crazy? You guys know we rock with Tyrone. You know we rock with his bangers, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the background music. If you guys prefer this cool, calm, relective, if you guys, prefer, Coach I'm Red, which is a banger. We got Jama in the building. What's going on, Jama? Appreciate you. Let's see. 4D wasn't feeling like saying Coach I'm Red. Yeah. That boy folded quick. Let's see. The background music is dope. Let it ride. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we'll play Tyrone's music when we actually are in the trade. And depending on how that trade is going, we got a whole playlist that we can choose from to express our thoughts on the markets at the moment. Right? So yeah, we'll play Tyrone when the time is right. Right now, we definitely vibing out to this nice, calm, cool, collective music. We're gonna let this ride out. Family, we are about 27 minutes from the open here. As you guys know, we've been chilling. We've been a lot of our trades have really waited till after the open, so we're gonna let that possibly be another thing today. I'm also not opposed to looking for more sells here on gold. I swear. I think there's a chance that we really do just remain super choppy, super range bound leading into tomorrow. I don't know if we get too much action today. We still might be able to grab some. But with NFP being on the horizon, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a super choppy day. So I'm not planning on holding anything today long term. Unless it's a longer term buy. I'm not opposed to holding a longer term buy because long term I am bullish gold. But for now, we don't have that just yet. Right? All we do have is this market currently creating these lower lows and these lower highs on these smaller time frames. So unless we see that change of character and then possibly look for some longs, that could play out. But for now, the best thing is probably just to continue to ride out the short-term selling sequence or selling pressure that we've been seeing, right? Not to overcomplicate things. The market has already corrected essentially all of this move from last night that we've had. We had our initial spike up here on the news that we had today that got completely absorbed. Again, this is the type of stuff that you need to really, pay attention to, family, right? We had a lot of buying volume here, right? We can see by the volume bar, you can see by the candlestick. All right, we had a massive push up at one point that tried to target, higher highs here, but the market went absolutely nowhere once we reached the 2383 level. The market got completely absorbed by the sellers. All these buyers that were trying their hardest got completely absorbed, and then the market continued to go lower, right? So that tells me personally, right, where the market truly stands as of right now. Things can change quickly, we know that. But as of right now, the sellers are definitely dominating. They're still very much in control here from what we've been seeing for the past 12 hours or so. And since we're kind of scalping, borderline intraday trading, that's what I want to take advantage of, right? If we were swing trading, then I might be approaching this a little differently. But we don't swing trade, right? These markets, especially if you're trading on prop firms, these are not the type of markets that you can swing trade, right? So we've been more so scalping, borderline intraday trading. So I want to ride out with what the momentum is currently saying, unless we see the market do something like that, like a market structure shift / a change of character. Then we'll consider going back to the upside. But for now, like price action is telling me we can continue to go lower here. Now, how far can we go? right? Where can we actually potentially target towards? Well, I think a good area will probably be around the 2365, right? I think there's still very much a good chance for us to get towards that 2365 possibly. So if we can look for some sells to ride it out down to there, that will be, in my opinion, very interesting. We do have a nice level of demand as well right below that area that can also even, maybe start the move back up, right? Because again, long term, I am still long term bullish here. But for now, we're just seeing a lot of sell pressure, a lot of weakness that I think we can probably take advantage of today. Right, and then when we get below the 2364s, then we could probably start to look for reasons to go long again and try to ride this thing back up to take out the 2390s. Honestly, the whole 2400 range needs to get completely obliterated. All right, like literally. So that's my game plan. I want to see more downside personally. But if for whatever reason, just a hypothetical here, if for whatever reason this market did flip back bullish here, right? And if we actually close above the 23, let's go 2378s, if for whatever reason, I don't know, the market gonna do what it wants, all right? This thing could literally pick up right now and start to show a lot of demand, right? And if we see something like that, then I probably will be changing my bias, all right? Because then clearly the buyers are back in demand and we should probably ride out with that instead. Okay, so unless, let me make this clear, I'm favoring sells right now, right? If we see this market push back up towards the 2377, 2378, anywhere within this little supply zone that we have here, a close back below the trigger line is our entry all day. If the market says, nope, Abel, we're actually about to gain some strength, buddy, and does something like this, it don't even have to go that hard. But if we just flip back bullish on the 1 hour and close bullish on the 1 hour, then at that point, I'm going to be assuming that we do go ahead and probably test back up to the highs. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm looking at, and that's how I want to approach these markets as of now. If you have something different, hey, man, listen, this is a community family where I want us to actually collaborate, right? Yes, I'm going to be leading the show because I'm the one talking, right? But I also take into account what you guys are looking at as well, right? You guys could be looking at something that I'm just missing. So, hey, send it in the chat. Send it in the chat. Send it in the chat. So send it in the chat, and we'll see what you're looking at. All right, let's see what else you guys talking about in the chat, though, here. Background music is dope. I fuck with the beat. Nice little switch up. We want to lose to learn what we still don't know. There we go, Kevin. Kevin, you've been dropping some gems lately, my brother. I don't know if that's normally you. Is that normally you coming in dropping gems, bro? Or is that something you do here for the chat to help people out? Because you've been going crazy. Let's see, music is the vibe, now drown us in bass. Let's see, I put my markup on gold in the Discord if you want to go over it. Absolutely. Let's see what you got here, bro. Again, family, if you guys are not part of the Discord, you are playing yourself. Right, get up in this Discord and contribute to the conversation, man. Wow, this beat is crazy right here. What the fuck? This beat is nuts. All right, so let's see what we got here. So you were looking at sells. It seems like that's what you took there. And you're looking to ride out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. Again, I do want to see more sell side as well. Or at least more sell pressure. Nah, this beat is insane. What the hell is this? Let me turn this down. I feel like I'm over here yelling this damn beat on. Yeah, so I do think there's a good chance that we continue lower here, right? Which is essentially what I just went over myself, right? I want to see us go lower here. I'm leaning towards sells to continue for now, unless we see something like this, right? Where the market just comes all the way back up and truly shows bullishness, and then we'll just flip our bias. But I do like the sell side. The only thing is like now we're in this little reaccumulation phase right here, right? This little reaccum that was created before the market made this last leg higher here. We got to see how much demand is actually in this little reaccumulation zone here, right? Because there is a chance that this just stays here and then we do just break out and start trending higher. And that's cool. You know, if that happens, that's why we look at stuff on lower time frames and we can still trade it. But it's really going to, like, this is really going to dictate everything. How do we play off of here? All right, we clearly had a lot of buying demand last time, but is that going to show itself right now, or are we going to seek for lower pricing first before we do that? I am favoring sells because I want to see us go lower first. Like, I would prefer for us to go to the 2360s first and then we go back bullish. That's why I'm favoring the sell still as of right now. But things can change. Things can change, and we will change. That's what we got to do as traders. We got to make those type of adjustments, man. So let's see. If we can continue to get back above our trigger line, which is the 13 period moving average, I'm looking for that close back below so we can take this. So we're gonna let this stuff continue to play out. But let's see what else you guys are talking about in the chat. I need to go through the Abel and boot camp again. Yeah, now I was actually thinking about doing another boot camp. A boot camp with like all my updated methods of execution. One thing that I've been doing a lot lately is obviously incorporating these moving averages again back into my strategy. Right, because I could do things, anybody could do things without indicators. And I highly encourage you guys to really master price action without indicators. But then when you become a master of price action, adding these indicators, man, can really make things a lot more easier for you too. So I also want to do another boot camp to show you guys everything else that I've been using lately. Yeah, man, because the last boot camp that I did was a year and a half ago. It was a little while ago, right? It was over a year and a half ago or so. And that still has a lot of great value. And in that boot camp is actually in my course too. So anybody that does have my course, you can go and rewatch the 2 boot camps that I actually hosted, which was like a 3 and a 5-day boot camp, which is pretty lit. But they're right in the course as well. At least they should be. And if they're not, let me know. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a whole nother one, man, with my updated execution tactics, techniques, updated mindset processes that I go through, my routine. It could be super valuable. But as of now, it's not something that I plan on doing like ASAP. Just something I was thinking about like a month ago. So yeah. But let's see. I took it on the micro. Each TP I have partials closing. Let's go, Carlos. You've been cooking up, Carlos. Let's go. Let's go. So again, just waiting here, family, waiting. We are about 16, 17 minutes out from the open. Every attempt that we do get, do you guys see how I'm here on the 5-minute, right? When I'm looking for possible entries, guys, you're always gonna look at me. You're always gonna find me on the 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute. When I'm actively looking for entries, I do so on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 5, 3, and 1. I rarely take them on the 15. But there are chances where I do get a 15-minute play, right? Mainly it's the 5, 3, and the 1, right? But every time we see price push back up here, right, on the 5-minute, we're getting continuously rejected off of our trigger line, right? Those are all opportunities for you to get involved if you are also in agreement with this thing continue dropping, like I am, right? A retest of the trigger line is an entry, possible, right? Entry. For me, I prefer us to actually go ahead and get within the trigger line and the 50-period moving average. A close back below the trigger line is the entry, and then you can ride that out all day long. But there are chances where we just don't get back above, and the trigger line really just acts like a very strong resistance at this point. So we're gonna have to be patient and let this stuff continue to play out, man. Again, family, I appreciate all you guys that have liked the stream so far. If you guys did not like the stream just yet, go ahead and smash that like button one time for your boy. I do appreciate y'all so much for doing so. Right now, after looking over the polls, we had 34 votes. 52% of you guys think gold remains bearish for today. 47% of you guys think gold actually ends up bullish for today. Huh. Okay. We're almost 50-50 here. Let's see how this goes, man. You guys know where I stand. I'm kind of on the side of bearishness for now, but I might change my jerseys. Right, I'll probably pull my jersey off and switch my jersey to the bull side, depending on what price action tells us. Right, I'll be Kevin Durant of the trading space. That's fine. If the Bulls are winning, I'm switching teams and I'm going to Team Bull. Right, just like how KD did. Right, KD ended up going to the Warriors after just losing to the Warriors. Right, he joined the winning team. Shit, call me KD. I'm joining the winning team. You feel me? Like, I'm joining. If I see the Bulls winning, call me KD, because I'm jumping on the Bulls. Right? I'm favoring sell side, but listen, we got to take what the market gives us. Right? KD only made that move because he was taking what the market gave him. Right? He either had the chance of staying with Oklahoma and doing absolutely nothing, getting no chips. Right? You get a big bag, but no chips? Hell nah. He took what the market gave him. The market gave him a chance to go to Golden State Warriors, and he actually capitalized. He ended up leaving with like 2-3 chips, So yeah, absolutely, he a champion. I need to be a champion. I need to be a champion. I need to stick with the team that's winning. I'm just being honest. Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at indices. We haven't looked at indices yet, neither. We've been focused over there on gold, which is my absolute baby. And indices haven't done a damn thing neither. These things, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, this kind of look like a solid entry right here. This might look like a solid entry right here. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of favoring buy side here for indices as of right now. Even though indices, at least the NASDAQ, literally hasn't done anything for the past 12 plus hours. We've been literally stuck in this range here. We did see a spike to the upside here on New York Open, spike back down, took out buy side liquidity, took out sell side liquidity. So now the market, now that it took out all this liquidity, now the actual true direction should show itself. And I think it's up. I don't know. I could be wrong here. I think it's up. And the reason why I think it's up is because, like, bro, we're coming off of a lot of bullishness here. Like, we just been resting above all-time highs here. Just resting, right? Like, we've never seen the NASDAQ ever at these price points. All right, while that is a major feat, what do you think most traders are now going to be anticipating? Like, man, this thing has been so bullish, we have to sell off. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, right? But most traders, when they see such an extended move like this, a super bullish move, their mindset automatically changes to like, man, okay, we're in premium price and we have to sell, right? We have to try to sell this. We could, like, look at all this imbalance. Look at all these FVGs, right? These fair value gaps. The market has to correct. Market don't have to give a damn thing. That's one thing we got to realize, right? As much as we want something to happen, the markets don't give two shits. Now, that's not to say it can't happen, but I would prefer to personally stay with the buys and take advantage of this momentum, even if it is just a little chilling period before we take off for the next leg higher, than to try to automatically try to point out and try to find the top, right? And the reason why I'm like that is just because of experience. I don't know if I'm the only one, family. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, right? But anytime I see a market super extended and I used to automatically think that the market has to correct, and now I'm trying to, like, essentially snipe a top, I end up taking a shit ton of losses trying to snipe that top. And I know that's what a lot of people are going to go through, right? They see how high we are, like, man, we got to try to sell from up here. Look how much we can correct. Look at how much liquidity that's probably built up down here at these lower ends. We got to sell, right? And then in the process of doing that, every time we create a new high, they're trying to short. They're trying to short. And then the market just continues to go higher and higher and higher. And now, instead of just staying with the trend, they just ended up taking a shit ton of losses trying to find that high, right? You know, I've never been a fan of trying to catch a falling knife. I've never had success doing it, right? I've taken a shit ton of losses. I've blown a ton of accounts trying to catch a falling knife, right? So I learned my lesson from that. So I'm personally not the type of trader to try to chase every single high that we create now after a bullish move. Like, no, I'd rather try to catch the lows, right? Like, I'd rather try to catch the lows, right? If we're in a super strong bullish trend, cool. When is our next lower, low going to show itself, right? We just had one literally at 840, right? 830, 840. This would have been a beautiful entry right here. Whether it holds or not, who knows, right? But I would have preferred an entry off of this low getting swept, sweeping these lows, closing back to the upside as a bullish engulfing on a higher volume. This would have been a much better entry than this up here. All right, even though up here we also swept the highs, grabbed liquidity, closed back below as a bearish engulfing. At the time, it wasn't supported by volume, but this is a lot more attractive buy. Why? Because we're trading in the direction of the momentum. Right? This you obviously could have rolled out and made some money if you just targeted back to the lows, but this still would have been a much better attempt, right? Because now you're riding with the momentum. This has the potential. This low has the potential of actually holding, and now you could probably see this thing just start to trickle higher here, right? So that's just a quick little lesson, family, on riding with the trend, right? There's definitely going to be opportunity to try to counter trend, catch some positions. Like this sell-off was a counter trend move that people ate off of. But never lose sight of what the bigger picture is here, right? And that's why I'm kind of leaning towards still bullishness here, unless something else shows itself. I'm still leaning towards bullishness here. Now we are about 9 minutes out from the open here on the New York Stock Exchange, so then we'll see what the market does. But I'm leaning toward upside. Let's see what the S&P is doing. Yeah, S&P also did obviously like a similar play here. We have been super choppy, super range bound for the past 16 plus hours. We did just finally sweep below the lows here, sweep below this structure point. And now it looks like the market itself is, in my opinion, getting ready for another leg higher. Just like I mentioned, I want to stick with the momentum, stick with the trend, and not get caught trying to catch falling knives. So yeah, if we do close above our trigger line here, this could be, this could be the play that does continue pushing price higher. Now, US 30 is a different animal. US 30 is has a mind of its own, right? But the concept is still going to be the same. I do think there's going to be more upside, in my opinion. I would prefer to lean towards more upside, but we'll never know. Now, how much influence? And I want to ask you guys this, right? We just had Nvidia, right? With Nvidia making history, right? Nvidia is one of the top stocks, not just in the US, but in the entire world. In fact, Nvidia yesterday has become the number one most valuable company in the world. It's number one, right? It surpassed Apple, Tesla. I don't think Tesla was ever at the top, like number one, but it surpassed all the other top dogs, right? There's really 7 stocks that have been controlling this entire market for this entire past couple years. Those 7 tech stocks are the reason why the stock market has been creating all-time highs. The reason why the NASDAQ has created all-time highs a bunch of times this year. The reason why the S&P created all-time highs a bunch of times this year. Can you guys answer what those top 7 stocks are, family, in the chat real quick? What are those top 7 stocks that I'm referring to? Who knows? Who knows? Who's been paying attention? You don't got to type all 7 if you don't know all 7, but just type the ones you guys know. Because they're major, man. Major, major, major. We got to be aware of it. Let's see. NFP tomorrow, absolutely. Shout out to Lambo in the building. Lambo money. Let's see, where's the Discord link? That's a great freaking question, bro. Let me send you the link right here, man. So you gotta go through this link right here if you wanna join it. Let me see. And the reason for it is because it's an easy way to avoid all the scammers and spammers, right? I sent the YouTube link. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, so join this right here if you want to join the Discord and be a part of the community. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all. All right, so we are about 6 minutes out from the open, family. We are about 6 minutes out. We'll see what this market gives us. Let's see. Check US oil. Yeah, let's see what the oil looking like. What's oil looking like? Oil with the whiplash. Man, oil has been getting destroyed for the past couple months. Especially recently. We had a crazy just sell off on oil. What do we think gonna happen next for oil? I mean, it's kind of tough to try to go against that momentum, but just looking at what price is currently doing right now, we just had a little whiplash back and forth. We had a lot of sell volume, a lot of sell pressure. How do I feel about this? So I like the longer term continuations, in my opinion, right? Longer term. My question to this is, are we just going to start dropping now? I mean, we did have a previous 1 hour, pretty bearish 1 hour closure. Tapped above the previous 1 hour candle, ended up flipping back bearish as a bearish engulfing, supported by volume. So off of like this current, like smaller time frame, 1 hour type of play here in structure and price action, it looks like we might go lower here, right? It looks like we will probably, end up flipping back to the downside, in my opinion. But it's either we're going to start to drop from here, all right, from where we're currently at, start to drop, or there's always a chance that we do seek higher pricing because we do have a lot more inefficiencies that we can target as well, right? We have all these imbalances, fair value gaps that we could potentially see price want to maybe go ahead and capture. But as of right now, I would probably still like the sells from where we're currently at. And if price just breaks this previous 1 hour high, then we're probably going to come all the way up to the 77 range. Right? Like if this doesn't turn into an overall lower low here, like if we don't see a lower low get formed again and we take out the highs, then yeah, we're probably going to really go all the way up to the 77s. But I would lean towards looking for sells because that's where the momentum has been. Right? So looking for some sells off of where we're currently at is probably not a bad idea. I wouldn't even be surprised, if we seen something like this. Right? I wouldn't be surprised about it. We did grab these highs, took out this little buy side liquidity, ended up shifting back to the downside, took out the lows as well, change of character here at this major level of structure at 74.65. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see something like this, and then we could probably target below 73.50s, and then obviously all the way back down towards the lows of 72.50s or so, right? So that's where I'm leaning towards. I don't know, I could be wrong here. But that is what I'm leaning towards for oil. Now I don't trade oil, but if I was to trade it, that's how I would be analyzing it personally. All right, so we are about 2.5 minutes out though, family, from the open. What is gold doing? Gold is trying to push back up here. Let's see how gold continues to play off here. Again, I am favoring sell side here for gold. Right, I do think there's a chance for us to continue to go lower here, but it got to make sense for us to get involved. Right, if this does, like I mentioned, right, if this ends up just flipping and continues to go higher, depending on how we play off of this wick fill is going to tell me everything. But I think if we do at that point start to target the wick fill, I think we're probably just going to be bullish for the day, right? And then I'll just make sure I look for some buys instead, right? But I'm favoring sells for now. I want to see us close back below our trigger line on the 5-minute time frame. If we close back below our trigger line, which is a 13-period moving average, I will be taking sells. If this thing just continues to gain strength and we end up filling the wick here, I'll probably be changing my bias and then instead looking for some buys. Because at that point, we do have a lot of demand. Enough demand to fill a wick. We probably have enough demand to continue to test higher, in my opinion. So let's let this continue to build here, man. We are still gaining a lot of strength here. But this could flip back bearish ever so quickly. All right, so let's see how this continues to build. I'm still not in a position. Family, when I take a trade, you guys will see because it'll be directly on the screen here. All right, it'll be directly on the screen, so. All right, let's see what we got here. Markets correct ownership of liquidity, usually to the detriment of retail. Absolutely. Everything is always to the detriment of retail. Retail is always the ones that get screwed more times than not. Let's see. Trend is your friend always. Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, Google, Apple. Yeah, those are 5 of them. Those are 5 out of the bunch. Shout out to you, Marcus. Shout out to the guy Nick in the building. What's going on, Nick? We got Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Meta, Oracle, Amazon. He threw the Oracle in there. Shout out to Oracle. But that's also missing a couple as well. We got Meta, NVO, QQQ, Microsoft is some of the top. Yeah, some of those are ETFs that you threw in there. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Let's see what the market's today. I'm not looking at anything to enter today. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Here because you got to show up, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Right, so let me show you guys this right here, family. There's actually, this is one of my favorite Twitter feeds, you could say, right? Let me see, where is it at? Kobayashi letter. It's one of my favorite Twitter feeds, right? If you're not using Twitter, family, to really find out your news, you're playing yourself. Right now, again, I do got to make it clear. Got to throw a disclaimer out there. It's Twitter, like X, whatever you want to call it. Like, this shit really is like its own planet. Like, this is not just a social media platform. This is like really like a town square, like they call it. You find out everything in real time by coming here to Twitter. Like, everything. Like, I promise you. Like, you'll find out stuff here on Twitter before you see it ever on mainstream media or any other less mainstream media, right? Like, Twitter is really where it's at. Just throwing it out there, right? But I want you guys to look at a few of these things. Let me see. Where is it at? Where is it at? In this channel right here, family, really all just about financial data and updates and things like that they give out. But they had an article earlier in the week that really showed, here it is, right? The importance of these top tech stocks that have been really dominating the space, right? So if you look at this, it says big tech is the stock market, right? Big tech, again, referring to Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia. You could throw Facebook. You could throw um, Tesla in there as well. Right? I think those are the last two: Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Facebook, and Tesla. Right? Those are the top 7 tech stocks. But this one's only referring to 5 of them. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia shares have rallied by 27% this year. This accounts for most of the S&P 500's 11% year-to-date gain. By comparison, the remaining 495 have only seen a 6% gain this year. That's crazy. So the last, again, if we're talking about the S&P 500, which is made up of 500 of the top stocks, not tech stock, just general stocks in this country, 5 of them make up 27% gains year to date, while the other 495, if you exclude those top 5s, are only up 6% for the year. That's crazy, right? That shows how much influence Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia have on the indexes that we trade, on the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 mainly. Right? The reason why the Nasdaq and the S&P are continuously creating all-time highs is because we have things like Google, Nvidia becoming the most valuable company in the world. Right? We have Microsoft still continuously doing this thing. Amazon still doing their thing, right? Like this market is being driven literally by 7 stocks. Now, the reason why US 30 moves a little bit differently, although US 30 is also still higher, US 30 is just measured a different way, right? When you look at the Nasdaq and you look at the S&P, you can literally look at each specific company and see how much allocation they actually have inside of an index. So for the Nasdaq, we can go to the Nasdaq. You guys don't believe me? Let's go ahead and check it. I know the market just opened up. I'm still watching this stuff right now. Right, we are seeing a little bit of a spike up here on the Nasdaq. Initial spike down, flip back bullish here on the Nasdaq. The S&P spiking bearish here on the first 5 minutes. Again, the first 5 minutes, guys, I do not touch the first 5 minute candles of the open. A lot of craziness happens. But we are seeing a lot of sell pressure as of right now on US 30. We are seeing, honestly, sell pressure is now starting to pick up across the board on all 3 main indexes. The Nasdaq is holding up really strong though, but we are seeing a lot of weakness here in the on US 30. So much so that we actually just took out some fresh lows here. Right, I love when we take out fresh lows in a market that I'm kind of bullish on. Right, so looking to see how we continue to play here. It's going to be very crucial. There is a chance where this US 30 level does hold. Right, we took out these fresh lows. We're starting to see a lot of demand pick right back in. I wouldn't be surprised if those lows, now that we swept them, actually do hold. But I am favoring upside here for the Nasdaq, for indices as a whole. I just still need a little bit more data. We got 1 minute left on this 5 minute candle, and then we'll see what happens, right? But if we go back to what we were talking about, right? Company allocations in the Nasdaq 100, right? You can literally Google this stuff and see exactly what companies hold how much allocation, right? So the Nasdaq, let's see, the top 10 companies by weight in the Nasdaq were Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Facebook, Tesla, and Google. Right? Again, these are the top stocks that are controlling the whole thing. So when any one of these stocks do well, what do you think is going to happen for the actual index as a whole? Right? If one of these platforms come out better than expected, right, during their earnings reports, like Nvidia just came out better than expected last week, I think their earnings report were. They came out better expected for revenue and earnings per share. And then they also announced a 10-to-1 stock split, and you don't expect the Nasdaq to go crazy off of that news? You're crazy. Right? Why do you think the Nasdaq been going crazy? It's because of Nvidia playing a big part. Right? All those things, guys, really influence what these markets do. All right? So it's definitely important to understand that there are allocations inside these indexes, mainly the S&P and the Nasdaq. US 30s weight a little differently, right? US 30 doesn't go based off of how much allocation they have. It's measured a little bit differently, and I don't want to give you guys what it is, because I honestly don't know off the top of my head right now how it's actually measured, but it is measured differently than these ones, right? Than the Nasdaq and the S&P, which is why the Nasdaq and the S&P usually move a lot closer together compared to US 30, right? US 30 has like a brain of its own. So yeah, it's very, very valuable information, guys, when you guys understand the allocation and how much weight they actually have. You know, and based off the allocations and how much weight they have, yeah, I expect the Nasdaq to continuously be influenced by, you know, the top dogs in the space. All right, so that's a nice little lesson. But yeah, this platform right here really does show it. In this website or this Twitter is honestly, like I said, one of the best. You know, the Kabasi letter, phenomenal. You know, they're always giving out constantly updates to what is happening. And yeah, so all right, what's gold doing? Gold, see now, gold is showing strength here, right? Now, remember what I told you? I was leaning towards sells on gold, but we did come all the way back up and fill the wick here, right? So now I gotta sit and wait, because now I gotta see how we end up closing here. Honestly, probably the next 40, 15, 30 minutes or so, how we end up closing, right? Because if we end up closing like this, if we close like this as a bullish engulfing, then yeah, we might as well ride this thing higher, because we're gonna go higher. Right? If we close like this, then I will be looking for buys instead of looking for the bears or the sells that I was looking for. All right, again, I have my initial bias, guys, but based on price action, that shit could change quick as hell. Right? But we gotta see. Again, if this holds like this, if this momentum holds by the end of the hour, then we will be looking for buys. But if this comes all the way back down now, and we get back below 23.77, and that tells me the sellers really are in control. Because if we can't get no follow through after this type of push here, followed by, again, volume, which honestly is caused by the open, and we erase all of that, then we really have to learn how to take that type of clue into consideration. Like, all right, man, if this doesn't hold, then the sellers are clearly in control, and we should probably just continue to short. But if it does hold, right, if this does hold, then the buyers are holding strong, and we'll probably eventually see another leg, right? So that's why at this point for the buys, if I'm going to buy, I need to wait for the hour to close now. But if we're going to sell, if this just falls back below our trigger line at any time soon, then yeah, I'm taking it. I don't need to wait for the hour closure. Okay, so that's where we're at now. I want to see how this continues to play here, though. I want to see how this continues to play. Let's see how this goes. I mean, family, what are you guys looking at right now, though? What are you guys looking at? What pairs you guys in? What trades you guys in? Talk to me. Talk to me nice, family. Talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Let's see what the market's looking at. Yeah. Let's see. The major indices are booming since U.S. is a corporation more than a country. Yeah, for sure. I mean, two things can be true, right? Obviously, we are a country, but, you know, by popular or, yeah, I mean, two things can be true, right? We're definitely a country, but we're also, in fact, a corporation as well. Absolutely, we are. And we have to be, right? We have to trade or teak, or we have to treat the world stage as a business, right? Like we have to treat, and I think, I mean, who am I, right? I'm just a random person on YouTube, but I believe the presidents that actually treat our country as a business and as a corporation are actually the ones that truly want what's best for us. That's just my opinion, right? The actual presidents, the head of the administrations, whoever actually can run this country for what it is, a business, a corporation, then you're really going to be, you know, taking care of obviously your citizens, right? And you really truly want the best for your citizens, in my opinion, of course, right? So that is true. All right, but let's see what else we got here, family. Still watching, still waiting this. You know, again, we did have this spike down here on gold. Look at this flip back to the upside here, though. Right, we had this nice little flip here on gold. See, we did get a 1 minute trigger play. But that's a little too much for me. Right, we did get a 1 minute trigger play entry. But I want to see now how this continues to form throughout the session. But we did get a 1 minute trigger play. That's a little, the 1 minutes are a little tricky though. All right, let's see what's NASDAQ doing. The NASDAQ is still trying to push higher here. The NASDAQ is trying to push higher here. The S&P as well is trying to push higher. What's US 30? See, look at that US 30, bro. Like, imagine we did take the entry on US 30 down here on the sweep of this low, like I mentioned. Like I told y'all, man, we ended up sweeping these lows. Fresh liquidity down here. All right, we ended up closing back above the range. Buyer demand showing itself. Man, US 30 would have been a crazy snipe if we would have took that. Crazy back to the upside. What's everything else doing? All right, the S&P did close a 5 minute candle. Pretty bullish. Previous 5 minute here. Yeah, I mean these things look like they want to continue. Let's see. Let's continue to watch this, man. If we can get somewhat of a trigger line entry, that would be beautiful. But we got to get in between the moving averages for that to happen, and I don't know if we're gonna get that. The thing that makes it tougher though for targets though is like we really don't have nothing to the left that we can use for targets. Like where are we gonna take profit at, right? Like that's when it makes it tough when you're trading at all-time highs and we have literally nothing to the left to help us, to guide us. How are we gonna take chart? Like what is our process here for taking partials? Right? Are we gonna take it at a 2 to 1, 3 to 1? Like or like what? Like that's another play that we gotta also adjust and be aware of. Like okay, if we can get this entry, when are we gonna take profit at? All right, a close back above the range, taking out this previous high, taking out the all-time high at this point, because all-time high now is around 19,124. Close back above all-time highs, might as well protect ourselves. But what moment is this? What minute is this? Let's see. NQ did a similar sweep and push up, and I'm sad I didn't take it. No, I really did too. Like honestly, NQ looked even better. I don't know what the hell. Honestly, I had just went live right now, so I wasn't even looking at NQ when this happened. But NQ would have been the perfect example of a trade, right? For everybody that understands the basic ideologies of smart money concept, right? When we're talking about, or even understanding Wyckoff, right? Understanding any of those concepts, you should understand this range right here, right? And why it was such a great possible entry below this level. Now, again, we got to see if this holds, but like the market did exactly what a lot of teachers teach you, right? Especially those that follow certain ideologies. What I'm talking about is how this market played out, right? All throughout, Asian session going into London session, what we have formed, right? Who knows the answer for this, right? What is all this right here that's formed? Right, we have Asian session, London session, what? Right, we had the Asian session range. Right, the market didn't do anything for London session, just retested the highs. But then we had North New York session come out and take the highs. And then we had an immediate shift back to the downside to take out the lows. Right, and now we should see the continuation of the trend. Right, so we had accumulation, manipulation, right, the sweep of the highs. Right, honestly, it manipulated both ways. We have manipulation first to the upside to grab buy side liquidity, then sell side liquidity, and now we should have the continuation. Right? So again, accumulation, manipulation happened on both sides, and now we could see the continuation, which is now hopefully going into the actual trend itself, right? So if you guys understand those phases in itself and understand the importance of those phases, your trading can improve tremendously. Right, like absolutely, right, because that's really what happens, right? The manipulation that you hear people talk about is just the liquidity grabs that I talk about, right? All right, cool, we grabbing liquidity, right? Because liquidity is the fuel that moves price. Without liquidity, then you're probably going to be dealing with a super choppy range bound market that's annoying to even be a part of, right? So that's why we always look for liquidity grabs when we're looking for an actual move to show itself. Because now on the grabs of liquidity, now we could see this thing start to actually finally trend. All right, so yeah, that's just a very simple way of how this market usually runs, right? It usually has Asian session, super choppiness, right? London session, we usually see one type of manipulation to grab the highs or the lows. Then New York session grabs the opposite side of that, and then we usually actually actual trend, right? But again, that's stuff that a lot of people actually teach on nowadays, that type of process, but it happens, man. It really does happen. Yeah, shout out to you guys that are on game with that. Again, I'm still chilling though, family. You guys don't know when I'm taking a trade here. Let's see what happened. Oh my God, look at US 30, bro. Whoa. When did this happen? What the hell? Bro, see, this is one of those situations where like, damn, in hindsight, man, maybe we should have took US 30. Like maybe we should have took Dirty 30, because look at Dirty 30 go. Like, what's up with you, Dirty 30? Like, holy moly. The S&P itself is also trying. We did come back up to test the highs here. We actually created a new high here, right? A new all-time high here on the S&P. But now we're getting an instant rejection off of that, which is kind of warranted off of testing all the highs. But I still like the upside. What's the Nasdaq doing? See, the Nasdaq is testing lower here now. Now, here's the thing about the Nasdaq, family. I'm still looking for longs here, right? Now, again, if you feel like you're looking for sells, by all means, trust yourself, right? Don't let my opinion, get you out of yours. But I still like the longs. So if this could possibly hold and now flip back bullish here, oh man, I'll definitely be looking to take that. If this just continues to drop, then so be it. I'm not in it anyways, right? No harm, no foul. But I really want to see how this continues to form because the Nasdaq is showing a lot of selling pressure right now. The Nasdaq is showing a lot of selling pressure, right? We had the last 2-minute candles that are pretty bearish, but let's see how this stuff actually forms and holds down here. Right, we got to see how you, because again, I'm personally looking for the buy still. If it doesn't give it to me, it don't give it to me, right? But I'm now looking for reasons to get into this for a buy. So we got to be patient here now and see. Let's see, in US 30 longs. Okay, Carlos. Now that US 30 long went crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. US 30 long went crazy. All right, let's see what we got here. The Nasdaq pretty much came all the way back down to retest the lows here. The Nasdaq, a little dirty dog you. But now we're starting to flip back bullish. Do I even have enough time to get a decent order in? Now we're starting to flip back bullish here. Let's see what we get here. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually does hold and we actually start trending higher. I would not be surprised at all by that. But this thing is starting to move like crazy. This thing is moving like crazy. Let's see what everything else doing. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what we get here. How are we gonna close this on the 5? We did just get a nice little 1-minute engulf in here on the Nasdaq, but it's not supported by volume. Like I would prefer always any move that I look for to be supported by volume itself. Like if this white bar was bigger than the previous red, I probably would have took it, and I ain't gonna lie. But now we gotta just continue to be patient and see how this flips. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what you about to do, Nasdaq. Are you gonna flip back bullish or you gonna keep on dropping? Talk to me nice. I ain't gonna force anything on your ass. Let's see, the S&P is holding up strong. US 30 is still just freaking flying, bro. See, now this market looks freaking cracked out, bro. Like, look at this. Look at this market. Looks super cracked out, bro. Now, it's either US 30 is leading the way and the S&P and the Nasdaq are just chilling, eventually going to catch up and start to fly, which is what I would hope for. I assume, I think happens. Or the fact that we are still failing to go higher, US 30 is actually lagging. But bro, that's a lot of momentum right there behind these candles. Like this US 30 is playing no games whatsoever, bro. Like I would be surprised, genuinely surprised, if this stuff doesn't catch up, right? If the Nasdaq and the S&P doesn't eventually try to catch up. Boom, 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 boom. All right, what's gold doing? We can't do anything over there just yet. Gold. See, gold is holding up, man. Gold is holding up pretty good up here. What's the 1 hour looking like? 1 hour? I mean, 1 hour still could close back below this range here. 1 hour time frame is still very very much a little shaky as of now. But based on how we've seen here with gold, like seeing how we didn't rebound immediately back down low, I think the buyers probably are going to control this range right here. I think the buyers probably are going to dominate gold. I just want to see gold, again, how we close here on the 1 hour. But if we continue to hold where we're at now for gold, even possibly get below the moving averages and then flip back bullish above them, that would be super nice, right? So again, that's like my first flip of the day. I wanted bearishness, but price action is showing bulls right now. Price action looks like I want to continue. Price action is ready to continue higher here. How are you guys feeling on the chat though, family? Let me see. Let's see. Take those profits and run. Always, always, always. Let's see. Gold sells. Omar, it's possible, bro. It really is possible for these to fall here. That's why I'm still waiting, being patient for this. But the way it's looking now, like honestly, if this holds the way it's been holding, I think we just see more upside for gold. Again, I initially wanted to look for sells, but now the market is telling me otherwise, right? So now we gotta adjust. We got to adjust, and I think I do like the possible move to the upside here. Let's see, what's Nasdaq? The Nasdaq is trying to push higher here. The S&P as well is holding pretty good. US 30 is trying to correct a little bit here. Yo, that is a super strong move though for US 30, but US 30 is still so far from its high compared to the other ones. This does have a little more little bit more leeway to go to the upside, but that's a super strong move there. Who trades US 30? Did any of my US 30 traders catch this? Dude, this thing ended up going for 150 points just like that. I just didn't see. I wouldn't have. Besides the sweep of the lows, the liquidity grab. Besides the liquidity grab, I really didn't have nothing to go off of for an entry. I mean, we did have a 1 minute engulfing here. All right, we came and tried to fill this wick. Had a 1 minute engulfing that was supported by volume. That could have been a play, and it also closed above our trigger line. Honestly, that could have been a play if I was looking at the 1 minute, but I wasn't looking at the 1 minute. If I was looking at the 1 minute though, boy, we'd be up 170 points. Sheesh. Now that thing went crazy. Now we just need the Nasdaq and the S&P tell us what it wants to do. I think, again, I personally believe these do eventually catch up to the US 30. I could be wrong here, right? You know, I'm not perfect. I take L's just like everybody. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do eventually start to catch steam here, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. But in order for me to get involved, though, again, I need something clear as day to tell me. Like, I need, this isn't clear as day. Like, we're still too close to these lows now. Like, you can get a decent risk reward, you know, by just taking the trade down here at these lower levels and hope that this low holds here, right? Like, you can hope that this low holds, but I don't like to really, even though trading is honestly a big game of hope at the end of the day, I still need a little bit more for that. I still need a little bit more. A little bit more. S&P is trying to fall a little bit still here. The Nasdaq is also still trying to fall. This shit gonna do like it did yesterday. Watch, right? Yesterday we took the trade yesterday. We were patiently waiting for about an hour. Markets did absolutely nothing. It waited for us to jump off the stream, and then it wanted to make a move. Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, that's just the most annoying thing in the world when that happens. But it happens. It is what it is. All right, it happens. All right, so let's see. We got about 5 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. We got 5 minutes left. How did these 1 hours are about to close? They're close. I mean, they're decent. I'm still waiting to see how we flip here. I want to see what we do here. Again, if we can get back above the 19.092 now, above our trigger line, then that would be great. Again, you guys hearing me say my trigger line, that's literally just the 13 period moving average that I'm watching it on the 5 minute time frame. That's all it is, right? 13 period EMA, 5 minute time frame. A close back above there will probably trigger a nice buy for me. Because again, I'm already leaning towards bullishness. But if we don't get back above there and close back above there and hold strong, then I'm probably not going to be taking a trade on the Nasdaq today. Although looking for the sells is definitely one thing you could do. It will really have to just stand out to me. It'll have to like smack me in the face, like yo, the sell's here. So I'm waiting for that. Let's see. I'm in there still. Okay. Let's see. I'd be in, but I'm not trading today. Hey man, sometimes you gotta make that decision, Christian. I already made my daily percent. Just left the runner with that break even. My US 30 entry for dirty 30 is 38,860. Golly. Yo, this thing is still running, bro. US 30. Like now you want to be cracked out, bro? Like what's up? The Nasdaq is still falling a little bit lower here. Nasdaq is still trying these lows. See, but the S&P is starting to flip back up. US 30, boy, that was the play right there. Holy moly. What's gold doing? Gold doing anything? Okay, gold is still testing these lows here. Remember, we depending on how we close, if we truly close like this, super strong bullish above that trigger line, it's buys all day. Yeah, because the Nasdaq is just still going lower. We're probably seeking more liquidity. Clearly, we're seeking more liquidity. But how much further can we go? Like, how much further are you trying to go? Like, talk to me nice. Or don't talk to me at all. Let's see. I think gold is probably going to be the thing that I focus on. I mean, we could still get an entry on the Nasdaq before flipping back above our moving averages. But you guys know what I'm going to be looking for. And if you don't know, it's very simple. At this point, I need this 5-minute candle just continue to do what it's doing. But on the next 5-minute candle, right? The next 5-minute candle that closes, if we end up flipping bullish and close as a bullish engulfing of this current red candle that's supported by volume, right? Where the next bullish candlestick also has bullish volume surpassing the previous one, that will be a play all day long for me, right? For the buys, if it gives us that. All day long, we'll get that. But we got to let this 5-minute play out. I mean, there's only about a minute and 40 seconds left, but let's see. We'll see how this goes. Oh my God, look at this NASDAQ. Hold on, let's see how this NASDAQ closes in 40 seconds. Let's see what we got here. Just need another 3.5% to fast my 150K. Carlos, you've been crushing it, Carlos. Let's go. I can't wait to celebrate you when you pass that one, man. All right, let's see what's gold doing. Gold is still chilling right now, family. Again, we're chilling. I'm still chilling, man. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's see. Turn up the bass. Turn up the bass. All right, let me turn up my music too now. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm liking the potential buy here. Let's see how this goes. I'm liking the possible buy here on gold. Still watching it, but what's the NASDAQ do? NASDAQ still drippity, boy. Now, US 30 gotta be coming down if it, like, nah, US 30 went crazy. US 30 took out so much buy side liquidity too with that move up. But is US 30 lying? Is US 30 lying and is US 30 about to come back down? Or is the NASDAQ and the S&P the liars? See, now this is a little tougher here though. See, like now, it's gonna be a little tougher. I mean, not really. We can probably get a little 3-minute live OB action, right? This play that we're looking for here now, guys, for the buy is what we call a live OB entry technique, entry tactic, right? Usually look at it from the 5-minute, 3-minute, and sometimes if you're Mr. 4D Profit, you'll look at it at the 1-minute time frame. But it's very simple. You know, now that we are in fresh liquidity, we took out fresh lows, took out this low, right? If we get a 5-minute engulfing, a 3-minute engulfing, or a 1-minute engulfing that's supported by volume, we take that, right? We take that, right? We have, in my opinion, that we're still very much bullish. All we're waiting for is now the entry, right? So yeah, if we get a 3-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, or a 1-minute live OB, and the live OB portion is literally just the engulfing supported by volume, we kind of had it right here on the 1-minute. 1-minutes are a little bit trickier, right? But we had a similar situation right here, right in the 1-minute. 1-minute engulfing, the volume is essentially the same as the previous. We typically want a little bit more bigger, showing the increase in volume, but we did get like a 1-minute OB here. 1-minutes are just a little bit less reliable, but you also can get a very good entry on that. But let's see how this continues to play. If we get this 3-minute OB here, we'll probably take it on this 3-minute closure. We'll probably take it on the 3-minute closure, if anything. So let's see how this continues to play here. If we could hold like this, and it's gonna be tough to probably get the volume to support it because this previous bearish candle was pretty aggressive. All right, what's gold doing? I don't want to miss gold. Okay, gold. Okay, gold. Talk to us nice, gold. What you about to do? What you about to do, gold? Talk to us nice. This gold might be looking solid. We got a nice 3-minute closure on this gold. Yeah, this gold looks good. I'm taking this gold, family. All right, I did take the gold right here. I'm not risking much, obviously. You know, my stop is going to be down below, closer to these lows, 23.73, 23.74. Initial TP back up to the highs at 23.94. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the outcome of it too. All right, I'm okay with this trade, and I'm okay with the outcome as well. If we can close where we're at, oh man, that would be crazy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna deal with whatever happens here, fam. I do like it. I do like it. I do like it. We also still got the Nasdaq too. That looks like the Nasdaq, the nasty Nas. I mean, I think this could still be getting ready for a nice push higher here. We got a nice 3-minute closure, 3-minute closure here as well. We did get a solid 3-minute closure. It wasn't truly supported by volume, but it's going to be tough to try to, you know, surpass this volume that we've seen. That's probably going to be the highest volume spike that we see at the session right there, that bearish one. But that also tells us a lot, right? That we have all that sell volume. I mean, we did produce something, right? We ended up breaking lows here, where we did produce something. But we also had a lot of buy volume too that just came in, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this possibly does hold. That's what I would hope, at least. In terms of gold, gotta let this ride out. We gotta let this gold ride out and see what plays out here. I mean, family, what are you guys in right now? What are you guys looking at? 1003 gang, stand up. 1003 gang, stand up. One time for the 1003 gang. Throw your threes up. Throw those threes up. 1003 gang in the building. Let's get it. One time for the one time, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's see. I'm going to drop a golden nugget, my mentor gave me. You'll never be a profitable trader if you aren't closing trades in profit. That's a bar. That's like one of those advice things that are kind of like obvious, but it's like, bro, it's a fact. Right? That's why I always tell people, like, don't let a winner turn into a loser, bro. Like, don't let a winner turn into a loser, man. All right, so family, again, I am in this gold right here, as you guys can see on the screen. Currently up around 50 bucks, 60 bucks. Nothing crazy. We're pretty much close to our actual entry point. Again, I am trading it on the futures side of things here on screen because I have a futures prop firm account that we're tied onto right now. But I am also taking it as well on the forex side as well. You know, through my forex broker, right? Utilizing Trade Locker. Right, shout out to Trade Locker, probably the best app on the space right now. This app is just so fire, so clean. All right, so I am taking it on both sides, right? Both the future side, but also both the forex side as well. Right, for anybody that was kind of wondering. All right, let's see. Been riding gold since 2355. Got TP at 2374. 2355. Are you talking forex or futures pricing? Ninja, are you trading the forex markets or are you trading futures? Because unfortunately, the pricing is a little different, right? Like here on the futures side is 2381. On the forex side is 2360, right? So we're talking about a whole 20 pip difference, 220 point difference. I don't even know how to explain it, right? But that's a pretty big difference. All right, so 2355 is not bad, right? Because you got in probably at these lows. I assume you're trading the forex markets if you got that entry, right? Getting an entry right here, that's beautiful. That is nice. 2355 on the forex side of things is a beautiful entry. Hopefully that can hold for us. All right, trading it on the future side, you would have had to have been got in all the way over here, which is crazy. All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see, what are you gonna do for us? Are you gonna move at all gold or no? All right, what else we in, family? Talk to me in the chat. What else we in? Anybody else in anything else? Let's see. Forex. Yeah, I figured you were in forex markets. All right, let's see what else we got here. The Nasdaq. Hey, the Nasdaq did give a nice 3-minute play. The 5-minute wasn't what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the 5-minute actually engulf this previous red candle. So the 5-minute really didn't give us like the actual play that we wanted. If it was engulfed, supported by volume, then that would have been game changer. The S&P is still holding within the range. See, US 30, bro. Like US 30 freaking 30, bro. You went insane. Like this is why she does her own thing, bro. Like insane. I still think though, I still believe this market does flip bullish here. Nasdaq. I still think the S&P and the Nasdaq do eventually catch up. I don't know if they're gonna go crazy high like US 30 did, but I would assume they still at least take out these highs right here that we just left behind. But we'll have to see. Again, I'm not in that. I'm currently in a gold, so I just gotta let this gold play out. But I'm still watching the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq gives me a play, man, I'm taking that too. If the Nasdaq gives me a play, man, I'm taking that too. Man. We're not playing around. We gotta pass this challenge in a day before I get rebuild. Right. I got about a day left on this challenge before they try to rebuild me, so I'm about to try to go big or go home on this. Let's see. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, the Nasdaq is trying to push higher here. The Nasdaq buys probably look real good right now. I'm not even gonna front. All right, gold is trying to do nothing. Gold is trying to do a whole lot of nothing. But the Nasdaq, again, don't be surprised if Nasdaq start running from these levels here. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Was US 30? Yeah, US 30 could fall a little bit. Maybe Nasdaq might still come back down a little bit, but let's see. What's the dollar doing? Dollar's trying to gain a little strength here. If the dollar does gain strength here, then our gold trade is just not going to work out, right? So we really need this to flip back bearish, which has been that's what I wanted to see anyways, right? I wanted to see the dollar come and take out these lows. Like come and take out 103 600s and then 103 500s. Yeah, I need you to flip back bearish. Come on. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? I need you to flip back bearish here. Come on. That would be super nice if we could see something like that. Yeah, if this flips back bearish here on the 1 hour, boy, then our trade is gonna go money. If not, then we gonna be struggling. If this trade don't hit, family, it might be ramens for tonight. But if this trade hits, we going. That's a good question, family. I want to ask you guys this question real quick, right? When a trade hits, right? When a trade hits, what are you eating for dinner? Right? When you win on a trade, what are you eating for dinner? Where's your choice? But when a trade loses, what are you eating for dinner, right? When a trade loses for me, boy, I'm on the ramen for the next couple days. I'm eating that ramen noodle. Good old ramen with some nice adobo sprinkled on top. Bussin'. Bussin', bussin'. But when we win, I'm going to get me a seafood boil. Getting me some lobsters, some legs. Boy, when I'm winning, boy, I'm eating. I'm feasting, boy. But that's only if I'm winning. If I'm losing, though, I gotta survive off the ramens. Gotta survive off the ramens. Let's see, Abel like, come on, big money, no whammy. Let's see, came down and tapped the 39. I wonder how strong the buys will be. It's a good question. Heaps of people I know trade futures, but I haven't tried yet. Don't want to FOMO in, so just sticking to what I know with Forex. You know what's crazy, Ninja? Like, it's actually not that much of a difference. Like, there's actually a lot of similarities. It's honestly damn near the same. In fact, once you do go the futures route, you're probably never going to want to trade Forex again. And the big difference is just the brokers, right? And like the actual perks that you get when trading with a futures broker, which is regulated, as opposed to a unregulated Forex broker. It's crazy. Like the biggest thing that you'll notice is the spread, right? Like you'll notice the spread crazier when you start trading with a futures broker, because where you want to get in is where you want to get in. Like there essentially is no spread when you're trading futures, right? So wherever you press that buy or sell button is exactly where you're going to be filled at. But when you're trading Forex, the spread is different, right? You can have 1 to 2 to 3 pip spread, maybe even more depending on what you're trading. And that extra 2 to 3 pips is major, right? Because you go from, on the futures side, entering a trade, and you're starting off essentially with your trade being at 0, right? And then it starts to fluctuate in and out of profit. But in the Forex side of things, if you place a trade on, let's say, pound yen, you're immediately down 3 pips. So if you're trading a standard lot on the Forex side of things and you're down 3 pips, now you're down $30 immediately, right? You're immediately starting off with a negative because of that spread that you are hit with when you actually enter the trade, right? So that's like the biggest difference that you actually notice is really just the spread, and also sometimes the commissions are a little bit cheaper on the future side too, right? That's like the biggest thing that I think is noticeable though, is the spread. That's crazy. That's why I'm a big fan of the futures market, right? And why I still trade futures, but I also still trade Forex just because, I mean, I just still trade it, right? Because I know a lot of my community still trades it. So yeah, that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at in terms of that. All right, but let's see. Ben Ramen the last 3 nights. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, he said steak, mashed potatoes, and corn with baked beans. Damn, Lewis, you eating good on a winning day, boy. Let's see. Win some good on a loss, some fast food or free time. Good. Yeah. That boy Danny, shout out to my little bro Danny. He said 50th floor eating hibachi when you're winning. Boy, that boy eating good. Let's see. Ninja said KFC is the winning meal. Bro, if KFC is your winning meal, bro, then that's lit. I'm not gonna lie. My guy Javinci said Ruth Chris. Oh, you going crazy. That boy said, nah, I'm trying to eat 5-star exotic luxury type of meals. Like I want the filet mignon, I want the A5 wagyu, like I want the seafood platter. I want them. Yeah, nah, I get you. Trust me, Javinci, I'm the same way, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. If I have a real good week, boy, I can either go to Ruth Chris near me. There's Ruth Chris near me, which is obviously a banger. But I'm a big fan of Fleming's a little bit better, right? I'll prefer Fleming's Steakhouse over Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and that might be an unpopular decision, right? But on a good day when my shit is hitting, I'm going straight to Fleming's, boy. Give me a crazy, nice A5 Wagyu Japanese steak, cut to perfection, cooked to perfection. Yeah, I'm grabbing me that. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Like, I'm a big fan of that. I'll take that all day, baby. Give me that juicy steak. As a matter of fact, give me the whole thing. Bring the whole seafood platter, too. I don't even eat things like, I don't eat, like oysters or shit like that. But bring it out, too. Freaking, we just had a good day in the markets. Bring out the oysters. We gonna eat the oysters, too. like, bring everything, right? Like, that's how I be feeling on a winning day. All right, let's see. Forex brokers widen and spreads be wild too. Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Like the fact that they can widen spreads during news, during the market open at 5 p.m. Like that stuff is just crazy too. Let's see. Yeah, nice. Forex is killer. When I was Hugo's way, BTC spread was like 150. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like the spread is nuts. Like that's really the most noticeable difference from trading futures to Forex. But that's also, and this is me being transparent, right? This is why my personal trading account, right, which has good capital in it, is in the futures market, right? It is in the futures market, right? My bigger account is definitely on the futures side of things. It's not on the Forex side no more. It just makes so much more sense, right? Especially if you're a U.S. client. If you're a U.S. citizen in the U.S., then it probably makes more sense for you to go the futures route, to be honest with you. Just being honest with you. Let's see, KFC go hard though. Let's see, Fleming's is way too fuego. Yeah, Fleming's is fire. I feel like Fleming's is a lot better than Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris is just a lot more known because of the celebrities and the rappers and shit. Like they were pushing Ruth Chris in every rap song that they came out with. All right, so I think Ruth Chris is a lot more marketable, a lot more known because of the celebrities and the rappers. But Fleming's is fire. Like Fleming's is fire. OD. It's still a 5-star steakhouse, but I just like theirs better. Let's see, some good red snapper with head and everything. Oh, you like everything, huh, Tyson? Okay. Let's see, their lobster mac and cheese is insane, bro. Let's see, bring the whole cow. Yeah. Love to one of the greatest traders on this platform. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see, Roof Chris or MDRD, a rooftop restaurant, 27th floor, downtown Grand Rapids. MDRD. I've never heard of MDRD. Let's see. MDRD rooftop restaurant. Let's see. MDRD is a Spanish restaurant located on the 27th floor of the Amway Grand Plaza in Grand Rapids, Michigan. MDRD. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a reservation. We can make a reservation for 2 today. That's fine. Let's see what we got here. They got some openings? Okay. What is this? MDRD? Oh, Root Chris is in the same exact area? And they got the kitchen by Wolfgang Puck? Okay. Hey, out of all these options right here, this one will be my top choice, Starbucks, just because that's where I go every day. But MDRD, I've never heard of this, right? Lavishly Spanish. Is that a damn octopus, though? Anybody tried fried octopus? Because they got some octopus on this menu here. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. I've never heard of that. MDRD? I might have to check it out when I go back to Michigan, man. When am I going back to Michigan? Family in Michigan, man. When am I going back to Michigan? When am I going back to Michigan, man? That's what I want to know. Like when y'all giving me permission to go back? Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see what we got here, family. I mean, gold is barely in profit. Barely in profit. What's the NASDAQ doing? Oh, the NASDAQ is still struggling here, though. NASDAQ is still struggling below these lows. Yeah, it's going to be tough right now for the NASDAQ. US 30 still holding pretty strong to the upside, but the S&P and the NASDAQ, they're kind of struggling to bounce back here a little bit. Again, I am favoring buy side, but this is kind of tough at these lows. I would want to see this 1 minute market structure shift. If we can get this 1 minute shift here on the market, like actually get above here and moving averages cross back bullish, that would be nice. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna ride out with my gold. I'm just gonna ride out with my gold, and hopefully this gold can continue to feed us. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Winning sushi, losing North Korean cuisine. Wait, what's wrong with North Korean cuisine, bro? Because you're saying that as if that's like a bad thing, North Korean cuisine. I think North Korean cuisine could probably be crazy. That might hit a little different. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. The way you're seeing, the way you sound, Mike, it sounds like North Korean cuisine is nasty. Let's see. Eddie V's. Eddie V's is also pretty fire. Eddie V's is also pretty fire. I had Eddie V's. And I know I had it in Texas. I think I might have had it in Arizona. Was it Arizona? Nah, Arizona was a different restaurant. Arizona, can't remember. Eddie V's is pretty fire too, though. Let's see. Book the flight, make that reservation. Yeah, right, Jose? Like, what we waiting for? Octopus is too chewy for my liking. That octopus looks nice. As soon as you want to come here, bro. Okay. Wait, hold on, Mike. You out there in Michigan too? Let's see, ASAP. We can hit MDRD. How far is Grand Rapids from like Detroit? How far is Grand Rapids to Detroit? On train, it's about, on a flight. This is like an hour flight. Why is it an hour flight, boy? How the hell is it an hour flight? Let's see, the road, this is 158 miles. So what is that, 2.5 hours? About a two and a half hour drive. 2.5 hour drive or so. Okay. Not that far, I guess. Let's see, when are you coming to Australia? I would love to come to Australia. I need to. I told myself that I will go to Australia last year, and I did not do it. So I have to find out. I have to go to Australia. I truly want to bring my wife out there. I want to bring wifey to Australia. Anywhere I travel, by the way, I always bring wifey. So wherever I go to now, unless it's obviously just like a boot camp or something that we do, but if it's somewhere like out of the country, yeah, I bring wifey with me, right? So we can do a little touristy thing. But I gotta make my way out there. I'm not even gonna lie. That'll be fire. Let's see, North Korean, according to Yeonmi Park, the NK defector is very impoverished for most people. People so poor they don't even have a cookbook. Sheesh. That is tough. That is tough. That is real tough, I'm not even gonna lie. Yo. They're so poor they don't even have a cookbook out there. That's crazy. That's crazy to even think about. Like, how are you so poor you don't even got a cookbook, boy? Boom, 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 boom. Look at gold go, family. Gold is trying. Hold on, I gotta use the bathroom, bro. Give me 1 second, family. Gold is moving nicely, though. Shout out to everybody that trusted this, man. Hopefully it can continue for us, though. All right, come on. Come on, gold. All right, let's see. I'm in Michigan, pretty much in Grand Rapids. Okay, yeah, I gotta pull up to Michigan, man. Again, Michigan is another state that showed me a lot of love, and I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Let me know, bro. I'll be your tour guide. Okay. Let's go, Ninja. I appreciate that, man. Family, who else is coming to Australia with us? We got a tour guide. We good, man. Who else trying to pop out by the end of this year? Who else trying to pop out by the end of this year? We only got to deal with mutant spiders out there. There's nothing too crazy out there. Let's see. What animals are in Australia? Only gotta deal with some kangaroos. Kangaroos are light. I'm not scared to fight a kangaroo. How about y'all? They got some koalas. They got emus. The dingoes. Dingoes. Freaking dingoes, bro? What's a dingo? I didn't even know there was actually a thing called a dingo. Like, how often do you guys actually see dingoes running around? A platypus? I don't think I've ever seen a platypus in my life. The echidnas. Echidnas. Just a porcupine? Echidnas. What about spiders? Yeah, see, these are the ones that I'm good on. Huntsman spider, like, look how big these things are, bro. That's the thing that I'm scared the most about Australia, is just the insects. Not even the animals, it's the insects, man. Them insects are... Oh, boy, they make you want to... Sheesh. Nah, that's tough. Let's see, my moms will cook for y'all, too. Homemade pho hits the best. Oh, my God, Ninja, you are so thoughtful. Tony, we out? Come on, Tony. Looks like me and you the only ones pulling up to Australia, bro. We got a tour guide. We got a home cooked meal while we out there, bro. We good. like, let's go. What else can we ask for? Ain't much we can ask for now. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Chill. I'm sliding. We got little bro Danny in the building. Okay, Danny, you pulling up with us to Australia, bro? Do you even got a passport, my bro? Like, do you even got a passport? We gotta get your passport right. You might have a passport. You might have a passport. But do you even got a passport, bro? Boom, 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 boom. What are you doing, Gold? What's Indices doing? Indices start to act right or no? Hey, man, look at the NASDAQ family. I told y'all, man. I told y'all this low is probably going to hold for the NASDAQ. US 30 about to come down a little bit, but the NASDAQ, man, that sweep right there was it. It's trying its best to go higher here. It's trying its best right there to go higher. But I told you, I'm pretty sure these indices are going to flip back bullish here, man. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. I'm there. Passport ready. Isaiah going too. Oh, so we lit. So we got a few of us going. Tony pulling up. Danny pulling up. Isaiah, Austin pulling up. Danny just got to go in somebody's luggage. He said, "I'm in somebody's luggage." Word. He said, "I gotta get a passport, but my parents that hit my shit." Yeah. Now you gotta get your passport right, bro. Cause I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious. Like I really want to pull up. Like why not? Let's all pull up somewhere. Let's see. No cap. I could cry, but I've been trading for 11 years and now I'm profitable. Oh my goodness, man. Round of applause, family. Could you please drop a W in the chat for Isaiah? Just the word, just the letter W. Come on, man. Like I told y'all, man, we gotta celebrate each other, man. We gotta celebrate each other. We gotta show love to each other. Cause we all we got, family. I'm gonna be honest. This industry is very cutthroat. This industry of trading is very much an egotistical battle, a dick measuring contest. Everybody trying to compete with everybody, bro. I'm trying to just collaborate and celebrate people, bro. Like I'm all about celebrations and collaborations. I don't care about nothing else, man. So we gotta celebrate our own. We gotta show them love when we can, man. Cause this is all we got, family. We all we got, man. Let's go. At least we know Isaiah's not eating ramen tonight. Who knows? He still might, you know. But that boy Isaiah about to go get himself a nice steak. Come on now, Isaiah. Let's see. Always the rolling for roof. Evil a dirt league travel method. Mail yourself. That'd be crazy, right? Mailing yourself. Yo, that's hilarious. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see. What are we doing here, Gold? What are we doing here, Gold? Are we doing anything, bro, or are we just chilling here for today? Like, you talk to me. You tell me what we doing, because clearly I don't know. Look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is starting to push up, family. It's starting to rebound a little bit. Oh, my God. US 30 with a dropper. US 30 with a drop of hell. Starting to correct aggressively there, buddy. He's trying to drop aggressively there, buddy. Hey. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Yeah. I said, turn up. I said, I'ma turn up. I'ma get the money right. We gonna catch these pips and then to take a flight. Mate. We got the WVA family for sure. Yeah. Y'all don't want me to go crazy. Let's see, gold just playing around the 50. It really is. Just playing around the 50, man. We need that 50 bounce. I still like gold though. I'm liking how gold closed on all these time frames, right? Like, you know, 3 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. These are all already, you know, flipping bullish here. Moving averages are bullish. 15 minute, we did just close back above our key level here, 2381, 2382. Hopefully that can continue to run here. 30 minute as well, man. We got a 30 minute closure here, right? Supported by, I mean, not supported by volume, but we did get a nice engulfing panel here. Back above our trigger line on the 30 minute. That's very, very bullish. 1 minute as well, man. If we can close this 1 hour time, this 1 hour candle closes where it's currently at, and this also confirms a trigger line entry, holy moly, there's no way we don't go to TP, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Like, if this closes, like if we just close right now the way it is, there's no way we don't go to TP. There's no way. Like, I mean, there's always a way. Like, I just want to see it, bro. I just want to see it. But I really do like how everything else is closing, though. So I'm a big fan of still of what gold is doing. We're just taking our time, man. I'm not gonna do what we did yesterday. Like, today, I'm to a point where I just gotta let it hit. It's either gotta go to TP for us or it's gonna hit my stop. I'm not playing around with it at all. Only thing that I would do to manage this position is if I go break even, but I'm not going break even until we're like damn near halfway to our actual TP, at least. So it's either gonna hit me at stop loss or gonna hit me at a TP. Let's see. Honestly, Abel, I think you need both technicals and fundamentals for New York sessions to really see the volume. Yeah, definitely. You want to incorporate both, right? You definitely want to incorporate both. It just gets a little bit tougher, especially when I get on at 8:30 and news already just happened or came out, and now we're trying to. It's not necessarily playing catch up, but we are trying to play catch up a little bit, which is cool. I'm not opposed to a little catch up. Not opposed to a little catch up. All right, let's see. Come on, go. Keep going for us, baby. You're looking good for us. Come on, keep going. I mean, as of right now, we're not in much. Probably like 20 pips of profit, 20 points of profit. Yeah, it's around 20, 30 points. 15, 20, 30 points. We're just still waiting, man. Look at the NASDAQ go, baby. See, now the NASDAQ is looking extremely yummy, boy. Did exactly what I wanted it to. Come on, baby, do something, baby. Come on. Let's see. No more broke days. Now my whole team eating 5 whips daily. Damn, you really didn't stay ducked off and committed hard times with curse. Am I supposed to be like rapping that? Because that's how I started doing it. I don't know. Like, I thought you were gonna make a. I thought you were about to make just a normal statement, but then the way it started breaking down to me, it looked like you're rapping. Hold on. No more broke days. Now my whole team eating 5 whips daily. 5 whips daily. Hard times, curse. Spoke every day. Celebrate with 30 days of smoke. Okay. Old school before the weird shit. Bring your beats when we do the Ravens game. I got the box for us, inshallah. Hey, Tony, you get in a box, but we all there. If you get in us a private suite, we all pulling up. I'm pretty sure we got people in the chat that will turn into Ravens fans if you buying us a suite. So if that's what you mean, you got the box, you got the suite. Shoo, we definitely pulling up. We can get a whole team in there. No cap. All right, come on. Where my beats at, man? There we go. There we go. Like, this beat is crazy. I want this one. Come on. Let's see. I got a box on October 6th for the Bears game. Who the Bears playing, though? If the Bears are facing the Ravens, boy, I promise you I'll be there. What are the odds that the Bears are playing the Ravens, though? There's probably like a 2% chance. 2% odds. They're playing the Bears Ravens games in London, October 6th. Wait, what? You're going to London? I got a box on October 6th for the Bears game. October 6th is like in London, my boy. Let me see. Oh no, I'm tripping. October 6th. No, I'm tripping. You guys are facing the Panthers. Okay. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. I'll take it back. Hey, the Panthers, man. I like the Panthers just because I'm a North Carolinian at the moment. So I'm a fan of the Panthers. I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. I like them. Hey, man. Hey, man. Do I want to go to Chicago in October though? Or not Chicago? Wait, it would be Chicago. How far is the stadium? How far is the stadium from you? Because I know Chicago and Michigan are. A lot of people get Chicago and Michigan completely confused because I know I do it too. Like when you hear Chicago, for some reason I think Michigan. I don't know why. Soldier Field. How far is Soldier Field from you though? Because then we got to go to Chicago, boy. Do I want to go to Chicago though in October? Golly, I try to avoid the cold weather or up north states or anywhere that could be cold during that time of year. Let's see. I live in Raleigh. Shout out to Sam. What's going on, Sam? Appreciate you for tuning in. Let's get it. Let's see, like 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough for me. October in Chicago for a game, the Bears versus the Panthers. Hey man, if I was a true Panthers fan, I would have pulled up. Let's go. Chicago is nice in the fall. Am I tripping? Is October still warm? Or am I tripping? I think I might be tripping. I think October really is probably still warm, honestly, now that I think about it. I think it starts to get real cold. You know, December, January, February is like the cold months. All right, let's see. Yeah, the Nasdaq is still pushing pretty good there. The S&P is literally doing nothing. The S&P is just still stuck literally in the middle of the range. US 30 did correct a little bit, but now it's just chilling on this previous level of structure at 38,900s. Again, the Nasdaq looks still pushing up higher here, so we'll have to see how that plays off. Gold is literally not doing anything, family. It hasn't moved at all for us in the past hour. This thing is still just chilling, man. So, that's gonna be it. We're gonna have to let this gold continue to play out. But I'm about to jump off this. You guys know this is usually around when I get off, because I gotta go ahead and turn on my other hat. Right, in the morning is all trading for me, but then once 11 o'clock comes, I gotta go work on my other shit. I gotta go work on my other businesses. For family, man, I appreciate y'all so much, family. Obviously I'll update you guys on how this gold goes. You know, we'll be live tomorrow, same time, same place, which you guys can also get another update on how this goes tomorrow. But I will be managing this inside of the Discord, telling you guys exactly what I'm going to be doing inside of the Discord. So if you are not in the Discord, make sure to get your butt in the Discord so you have a community, a place that you can go to, feel comfortable about opening up about your journey, because we're here to help, right? And we just want to help at the end of the day, right? But family, man, I do appreciate y'all so much. Hopefully this goal can continue to run for us and we can get a nice W to, you know, to make up for yesterday in a couple days. But we gonna let it play out either way. Family, I love you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully you guys have a great remainder of your guys' day. It's your boy Abel, and I'm gonna see you guys in Discord. And if not, I'll see you guys mañana, tomorrow. All right, family, have a great one. Let's get it.